Hello and welcome to Nanny Moon's Crochet. I'm Sally and today is Wednesday the 11th of September 2024 and welcome to Wake Up My Whips Wednesday. Now I've almost come to the end of all my sleeping whips, the whips that have been there sleeping fast away in all the corners, some of them years, some of them just a year or so, but I've almost come to the end of my whips, so um, I'll just get straight on with what I've been up to this week. Where's the pattern for this? Now this is the Easter blanket. I'll just run through very quickly for all my new subscribers that I've had. Welcome to the channel. Everybody's welcome. This is the Easter blanket, and it was in the Woman's Weekly, which is a UK magazine, weekly obviously. And this particular pattern was in two parts, one week followed by the second part the next week. And a friend of mine sent me these two. This was actually in April 2019. The magazine was April 2019, so I've had this quite a while. It's in black and white, so you can't really see the stitches, but it gave you a colour choice of Stylecraft Special DK. And I did use, that's what I've used, Stylecraft Special DK. Bit of fluff on that one. And this was shrimp, the colour shrimp. That's just one of the colours. I've had bluebell, and we've had gold. There, you only just needed one ball of each colour, and as you can see, I haven't actually used a full ball. This colour is aspen, and then we've got a a silver. There's a violet. There's a, what was this one? Spring green. So there's lots of beautiful colours, but I didn't stick to the colour palette. Very similar, but I think because I hadn't got all the colours at the time, so I just used the colours that I'd got. Oh, stitch marker there. Anyway, last week when I was showing you, I'd got 18 more rows to do, and then a 10-row border, and then the edging. And because it was so long and narrow, I finished off, I didn't do 18 rows, I did 10 because it was getting so long. And then the border I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've did 5 rows of the border. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is the edging. A lovely little edging. This is in US terms, it was a double crochet and a slip stitch, a double crochet and a slip stitch, double and a slip stitch, and that's what it turned out like. So it's a lovely little border, and like I only did, like I said, did I say 5 rows? Yeah, I only did half the width of the border, but like I said last week, this is going my mum, she's in a care home, and she can't move about. She's in bed all day. So last year I did her a big blanket, so she's got a lovely big colourful blanket on her bed, and I thought I'm going to give her this because she loves the colours, she loves bright colours, and she you know, there's little bobble stitches, she might just, you know, do this and look at all the textures and things. So I thought, although this was coming very long and narrow, she's already got a blanket, so I thought, I know, because it is long and I'll keep saying long and narrow, but that's the width of it. It's about just over a metre probably, but the length is probably 1 metre. It's probably 2 meters. Why I'm doing that. Mum and Dad years ago, they used to sell material on was it Walsall Market? Walsall Market in the West Midlands, and me and my sister, um, we'd either be sat under the stall playing with stuff, or they used to sell. They used to sell um, knitting wool as well before that, but then they used to sell knitting wool, and I think that's where my love of colours and the yarns come from. Because when I was little, me and my sister used to, when we were small, they used to have great big boxes. We'd sit in a box and just play with all the scraps of yarn. So probably that's where it's come from. Um, anyway, I mean, they did have, um, what is it? It's a metre. It's a metre rule now, isn't it? A metre, 100 centimetres, but it's 3 foot. Is it 3 foot and 3 inches? So if you want to measure, say 3 foot or something, my mum always used to tell me, put that on your nose, and it's there where your hand comes. So that is roughly a metre. So if you see me doing that at all, that's roughly a metre. So that's 2 meters, and then that's roughly, oh, that's over a metre. Anyway, that's why I do that. But so I thought, instead of being a blanket, she can have it as like a wrap. So I thought, when she's sitting, it'll come well over her arms. She can have it as a nice wrap. I mean, it doesn't really get cold because they have lots of heating on, don't they? But I thought, oh, how nice for her to cuddle up in a wrap. So I'm calling that done, and I'm not calling it a blanket. It's the Easter wrap. So had my little brainwave there. So I wanted to get it finished, so that's a nice little wrap. Isn't that lovely? Because we're going to visit Mum on Saturday. We're going to see her, and I wanted to take it then next Saturday. So I thought, oh, I needed to get it finished today so I could show you all. And that's the wrap finished. Easter wrap, that's what I'm calling it. So I got away with that. And now the cardigan. Where did I put my cardigan now? I've got stuff all around me here. Now the cardigan, this pattern it's a bag a day tutorial. On YouTube she calls it a chunky crochet cardigan. And yet somewhere along the line she calls it a Green Acres cardigan. But I only started this in 2023, so last year. I'm using Hayfield Spirit Chunky. I know. Hayfield Spirit Chunky. And it's shade 400, which is called Zest. Isn't that beautiful? Love all those colours. Shade Zest, and I'm using an 8mm hook for that. Anything else? You just do a back panel, 2 fronts, no shaping or anything, so just 2 rectangles, and then you add on the sleeves afterwards. So last week and then did I do it on the edging? Yes, I've done the edging last time I showed you. Look, green came out in the edging. The stitch is nice. It's sort of like a V stitch. It's a nice stitch. It's not a granny. It's a bit like a V stitch, 2-row repeat, V stitch, and then the next row in between, not in there, in between each V stitch you put a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, like that. And then the following row where you've done your chain 2, you put your V stitch. So it's really, really easy and with a chunky it knits up fast. It works up fast. Now I've done, last week I showed you that's the one of the fronts. I was ever so tempted to just leave it like a vest, you know, like because I do love like a vest where you could have like a polo neck underneath it, or a warm jumper, and have it like a waistcoat or a vest. So that's the other front. This is the back. The colour's lovely, and it's quite long. Whoops, quite long. Anyway, since I saw you last, I've done a sleeve. That doesn't look very long, but let me just take this off. Let me just put this on to show you how lovely it's looking. The sleeves, there's no shaping. Right, so let me, whoops, I'm getting old. Let me take that one off. Right, where are we with this? So imagine that's just around there somewhere. And look, that's the sleeve. Oh, it looks quite short now. Well, yeah, might have to do a few more rows. That's sticking there. But I don't want it too long because it's going to be, it's open like that, look. But that look lovely. That's the sleeve. So with a nice big thick wrist warmer, or what I do in the winter sometimes, my mum made me a couple of pairs of leg warmers, and they're so warm. But sometimes in the winter, say if I've got something like this on that's quite thin, I put the leg warmers over my arm to cover my wrists. That's really makes it cosy. But that's my sleeve, and I just have one more sleeve to do, but I couldn't quite get it done with all the other things I was doing, so almost finished, but not quite. But it's only take an hour, or I don't know, maybe 2. But I'll have got that finished. So not quite with that. One complete, one almost, very nearly, almost. Now, moving on to the last one. This is the last of my sleeping whips. So altogether, I've got about 16, 20, roughly I've got about 20 sleeping whips that I wanted to get done by the end of December. And we're not even the end of September yet. And this is my last one. So I haven't got any sleeping whips anywhere. It's just projects that I'm working on at the moment. So it's just such a, I feel such accomplishment that I've actually got things finished. And I think if it wasn't for doing a YouTube video, they'd have still been fast asleep up the corner. I'm sure they would. I'd have gone on to do other things, but it just makes you accountable that I come on every week and get things done. And I've really enjoyed working on them. I'd think, oh, not this old thing again. Oh, crochet through it. But no, I've thought, yes, I get to finish it. And yet I should have finished it before anyway. But so, right. Anyway, moving on to the last one. This was my, this shawl. I showed you briefly last week. That's the top of it. And it's a pattern. It's a YouTube tutorial, and it's by Hooked by Robin, and she's lovely at explaining how to. If you've never seen Hooked by Robin, she does a lovely YouTube tutorial. I've used is it this hook? Yep, this is just a 5.5. These are just cheapish hooks, but they're nice. I can use them nicely. So 5.5 hook, and I've used 2 strands together. This is the new fashion double knitting by Woolcraft. There's a shop, the Little Wool Shop online, that does this. This is shade 439, which is called Apple, and this is shade 6F20, and it's called Turquoise. They're 100-gram balls, 100%, 100% acrylic. There's 300 meters on each, and you can machine wash. It doesn't tell you about tumble dry, but I know I've tumble dried them before. Wash and tumble dry, just cool. And they suggest a 4mm hook, but because I've used 2 strands together, because I quite like doing that, using 2 strands to create your own colour. And this is what the colour was like. I thought it seemed a bit like a sea glassy type of colour. Anyway, I'm going to make a big shawl for myself because I hadn't got a shawl. But if you watched my my birthday, what I had for my birthday, my sister made me this lovely big shawl. So I thought I really want to get it finished, but it was taking quite a while. So I've done about 4 rows since you last saw it last week. It's only to there. And I thought, hang on a minute, I don't have to do a whole great big shawl. I could just do a like a, you know, like this. So I've put a little button on the end, a little handmade with love, and then of course you've got loads of little holes here. So I thought if I button that underneath, hang on, get it in a hole, any hole, and then for the winter, oh that's strangling me. Then for the winter, I've got a nice, I've got a lovely warm cowl that can go under my coat. So, and it'd be nice and cheerful in the winter. This nice greeny, seafoamy colour. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to call that done. just because I thought, you know, you don't need too many shawls, do you? So, hang on, let me take this off because it's not that cold. Well, it is very rainy today. It showers. Oh, I'm getting it stuck now. Might have to. Hang on, where are we? Is that the one? Oh, that's it. But yes, I thought I'm going to call it done. See, I can just put the button in any of these holes here, and then I just sewed the button on there to keep it together. So that is going to be a lovely, like a winter scarf. Like the colour as well. I love green just lately. Never used to wear green, and then all of a sudden different shades of green. My top's green. I just thought, yeah, I like that. So turquoise and apple. So really that's all of my sleeping whips finished. Everything's done. There's nothing lingering. There's nothing left behind. Oh, everything's been done. So really this is the last Wake Up My Wip Wednesday. Oh, my nose is blocking up. I was going to sneeze then. No, it's gone. This is my very last Wake Up My Whip Wednesday. But next week, I'm going to start another little mini series. And my little mini series for, I don't know how long it'll go on for, but it depends what I can get done. I sent an email to Wool Warehouse, which I use quite a lot. And I use quite a lot of their own brand is called Yarnsmiths yarn, and they ship internationally, and they ship all over. And so I just asked them if, because I use a lot of their own Yarnsmiths brand, I asked them if I could review any of their yarns for them on my channel, and they emailed back and said, oh yes, that'd be lovely for you to review some of the yarns, work little projects up, and there won't be very big projects because I need to try and get them done in the week if possible. So this is the great big bag that they sent me. This great big bag, and whoops, these lovely bags that they send, and these are all the yarns. That's the paperwork. They've got new chenille. There's the Elvis. There's this lovely full of beans, which is a new yarn, and because they've also got their chenille. So what I'm going to do, I won't go all through it now and tell you all about it, but next week, next Wednesday, I'm going to have Wool Warehouse Wednesday, and then I will show you all of the yarns that they've sent me. They sent me for free, I didn't have to pay for them. So I'll show you all of the yarns that they've sent me, and then I'll choose one out and I'll make a project to see how it works up and what I think of the yarn and everything. So if you come back next Wednesday, and look out for Wool Warehouse Wednesday, and I'll be doing all the reviews of it. Is beautiful yarn. I've looked at all of it and it is absolutely beautiful, but I'll be able to give you the the details and how many colours they do and the price and everything. So that'll be Wednesday the 18th. Yep, Wednesday the 18th of September, and I'll do a little mini series on all of those yarns from Wool Warehouse. So yeah, that was a little short video, but I hope you've had a good week so far. It's only Wednesday, so we've got another half of the week left. The weather's terrible here in little sunny Wales. It's not sunny at the moment, it's tipping it down, but we've had some lovely days, then we've had a rainy day, then a lovely day. The grass is growing. The grass is really growing, and we've had a lot of lovely green beans from the garden and tomatoes from the garden and potatoes. We've had lots of produce from the garden, but it's took a while to ripen up, but we've had some nice things anyway. All peas, green peas, and so it's definitely coming cooler now. But we are in the early weeks of September, so I suppose the cold weather will come. But I'm all prepared for the cold weather. I shan't. And my shawl here, I'll be able to sit and crochet in my shawl. My lovely sister Sue gave me for my birthday. So that's all for today, but take care everyone. I hope everyone's feeling okay, and I hope you're well and not struggling with anything too much. I always try and be positive if I can. I know it's really hard sometimes, but if you're on your own or you're struggling, just don't be on your own. Just pick up the phone or just chat to your neighbour or just talk to someone, because it really helps. Don't ever be lonely on your own. There's always somebody that'll lend an ear to listen to you, and there's always somebody somewhere. So don't ever be on your own, and I'm thinking of you all as well. So whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it with, just love each other, be kind, be careful, be kind to each other, and I will see you in Monday's video next Monday to see what I've been up to. So love you all, take care, and be healthy and happy. Bye.